Bobosa. Bobosa kwa chumwa yapimisha. Mwashita kuba mdefininga bana mwasenda mwayapimisha. Eba 300 package. Kutushupita mbona ndo Bobosa yi. Tulachura bakwimba mabwaya. Kashi kwati kumashana ngwa 100 kg. Nishina wenda 5 days na bana kumwe mukwimba mabo. Era maboda tuwafunya pepi pata tuwafunya kwa yali shupera yali fina. Kashi kwati usende uyasende kwanishi no imana abana bose panga ndi kuti mukwati amabo. Era njire tubombe yama we yali kosana pamgozi twabomba. Namba wakusa umwana wakuchusha rumete barebomba. Kuyi mafuta simutunda mabo bose ngono abana mpa. Ayang mawo twaisho kutwala kusenda kunganda twayatwa. Yasankaya no size iso. Twasanka size. Fero mbato watwala ku town ne twashitya 300 kwacha package.
Bobosa tufunya kumakole olanga mwaisenda mwaisa mukutwanga mwato mwaisa twala na kupimisha bampera mwe.
Lucy, 13, dropped out of school at an early age to join stone crushing so that she could contribute to the household income.
Bakusanga mabwe kutampo kuimbe tulefunyapo yambiasho yashikwete kopa era kwete kope tule.
The economic stagnation of Mufulira following the privatization of Zambia's major industries has left a trail of hardships among residents. Once a vibrant mining town on the Copperbelt, Mufulira has been reduced to a shell, and many residents are barely scratching for their living. With many viable companies now lying as moribund structures, and the privatized local mine having reduced its workforce to its barest minimum, the amount of suffering among the people could best be seen through activities that they have engaged in.
Mufulira is basically a mining town, and what we see of Mufulira is a town that has now undergone transformation. From where it faced a lot of problems, especially through privatization, a lot of people lost their employment. The labor force of 8,000 was reduced to almost a third. You should take the average size of a family. So you say 8,000 times maybe 8. And if 5,000 are retrenched or lose jobs, so you're not looking at the 5,000. You should also look at 5,000 times the same 8. So that's how bad the situation is.
The entire economy is based on political leadership. So politicians, I don't trust politics because they are not honest. They can say today I can do this and this, but tomorrow when he's on the floor, nothing happens. It's me to sweat.
But and I think also that people should be a bit more circumspect. They should reason a little more when people come with promises, and really push the person against the wall, especially if he's seeking re-election. And if he's not seeking re-election, he's a newcomer and he's making fresh promises, well, it's up to the people again to find out whether this guy is going to tell the truth or not.
When you fire a person in employment, yes, you would have dismissed one person. But what of the dependents, the wife? Her friends who were dependent on the same person. So that has been the effect. Because of job losses, there's a spiral effect. So people who depended on the 5,000 plus employees and other industries which collapsed, that is also key. We had a lot of industries in Mufulira which collapsed. And these also, people were put out in the streets. So the effect has been a spiral effect from the layoffs that have taken and the closures of different companies. So everyone got affected. There was little income coming to the town, which means there was little money flowing into the town and little money actually circulating within the town.
The town actually has lost its glory. It used to be a town to reckon during that same era. When it handed over to Mopani, a lot of people were retrenched. When they were retrenched, they became destitute after squandering their money, their pigs. Then their children also were affected. A lot of them stopped schooling. And for boys, they became criminals. Others started work at tender ages. Up to date, their activities are not well. They have become ruffians when they were supposed to be good citizens of this country. We have spoiled the future of our young ones.
Anganga wapanga pilapili endalama ushikofya kufisha. Wikala na banani?
Ngefya mulemo nakuno kankoyo edia yalibe yawo naikatapali nangu chimwe chingamenako konsoku chile chushi chilefuma chilya nga chaikata kumalata ututumayo nchitsi twaba mutuyanda tuno tapali nangu limwela ilinga shalako so amayanda ingi alibola kutumalata ngefya mwingamona abana abanono abo so takulya mafuta benga subo okwebati bala amoneka bwino kumulandi wa ifi oshifi so abengi abayichapa balakola efifuba uyuti mwamono okubutuluka okulimbya kisamba fe bwino bati omulandi wakwe bati bwino olukungu lufumo okudulobona ulasana abayi so abengi amenso yali onaika nga mwati mumona amenso kuli mwayicho timwamona amenso yeah so yale monika kashikila omulandi wacho chine ekifuma kuno kankoyo eki so pamulandi wacho twalomba ko obuteeko kwe bati bwafwaya kwe inshila imwe yakwe bati bala pisha mwechushi bachita divert bala pangila mofimo la than kwe bati fyala isa kulifo fwe bantu fwe balepema.
The most affected section of the population in such a gloomy atmosphere is women who are relying on quarrying and recycling the remains of copper ore, locally known as Bobosa, for their family's income.
Problems which Kanko is facing are just two main. Issues of pollution, which is a day-to-day problem, and because of the pollution, I think most of the children are born deformated. Also, the cases of TB and these other chest cases.
The women have resorted to the labor-intensive search for sunk remains of the copper ore, which they crush and sell to the mine. Some women interviewed by M-Film's production said their husbands died a long time ago, while others said they wanted to help their jobless husbands meet the demands of everyday life. Milika, at the age of 12, is also working under similar conditions to help her mother sell the same product, which has become central to their livelihood.
Okay, in terms of child labor, the parents usually take their children to collect those stones so that they sell and earn some money. So, due to that situation, most of the children they failed to continue school, so they stopped. Mainly in grade 5, 6, so they stopped there. So we encourage the parents to bring their children so that we can assist them.
However, children have directly suffered consequences of the fallen town's economy in that they're used as helpers by their parents and guardians to crush and sell Bobosa.
The situation is sad.
They also continually miss school because they are sent to sell groundnuts, bananas and other foodstuffs in the town center.
My appeal is to families to realize the importance of the child. I think they were children once, and they would want to see the way they grew up, the way their child should grow up. I think this is something which everyone should take very, very seriously. Nobody just becomes an adult. We all go through that child life.
Some female parents interviewed said they did not see anything wrong in sending their children to sell foodstuff and other items in the town center because they were also playing their part.
That's the common scenario. You have just seen maybe a fraction. A lot more places are having children who are working like that. Companies around Muvera, they cannot employ what they don't need. They have employed and that's the end to them.
The situation is sad. We would talk of serious poverty levels, I think, in town. We should not talk of people really surviving. I think it has been very difficult for families.
So as advocates on human development, together with the community, we stand, so we have started a war which will prioritize our needs, let's say in school and our clinic. So we will present our needs to the authority. Apart from presenting them, we'll be making follow-ups so that we get what is needed in the community.